Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, Tuesday, and I still have the Tarot of the Abyss on the tarot table, unfortunately really, because we're not talking about elevated things at all today. We're talking about dark things, tawdry things. I seem to be using that word in every sentence just about at the moment. Unpleasant things and trashy things, really. And the latest trashy story that's come out, that's circulating, is an oldie, and if you can hear crunching and clattering in the background, that's Fluffy. Fluffy is having a snack. She does like to join for these readings. And she does wander across the tarot table, so unfortunately sometimes there are little bits of Fluffy here. She's a black and white cat. She's a very fluffy and rather plump. Not F-A-T, but just on the plump side. But that's no shame there. I'm not fat shaming. Got the cards shuffled, and the topic of today is this rumour that allegedly Matt Lauer and Meghan Markle had a bit of a fling. Twice disappeared behind to his office, closed the door. And not everybody went to the office and closed the door. He allegedly had a lock, a button under his desk he could press and lock the door. Charming man. So as I say, he got sacked. He's back in circulation. He's setting up a podcast apparently. He is trying to promote himself again, trying to come back in from the cold. And so we're going to look at this story. We're going to see, did they or didn't they? And why now? Why is this story coming back now around? It was quite a topic of conversation 4 years ago or so. A lot of rumour, a lot of speculation. Let's remind you, all rumour, all speculation, tarot reading, just for entertainment purposes. Disclaimer in the box below, one more shuffle. Please do your own research, form your own opinion about this topic and about all topics that I read on this channel. And we're not quite finished, sorry. Now we are. Cards are beginning to pop. So yeah, there we go. We are shuffled. We are ready. 5-card reading, Tarot of the Abyss. Find out what's going on. Did they or didn't they? Why is this story a topic now? And how does Meghan feel about the fact that this is coming up now? How does Harry feel about it? Tom Bower's book made it pretty clear, without actually expressly stating it, that Meghan was not pay for play. She wouldn't say no if it was going to help her in her situation. She was willing and able. And we had the 9 of Pentacles. It is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse here as the underlying energy. Upright, independence, freedom, finding freedom, got tons of money, abundant, don't need anyone else. I'm getting this card a lot because in the reverse it's quite the opposite. You're not free. You don't have the money that you want. It's the card of designer stuff, the 9 of Pentacles. When it's upright, you've got all the stuff that you want in the world. All the bling, all the good things, the nice holidays, the Aquazura shoes for extra large feet. And 9 of Pentacles in reverse, you want that stuff, but you don't have it. You are possibly also a bit lonely, but more, this is on the Pentacles side of things, the money side of things. Somebody, as I say, this card's coming up quite a lot at the moment, somebody who wasn't financially flush, who wasn't free, who didn't have the things somebody wanted, somebody having to earn them somehow, or climb up that greasy pole, as Tom Bower calls it, the greasy pole she was climbing up. Perhaps sometimes doing a bit of a pole dance on the way up that greasy pole. Let's see the situation, the heart of this matter. And we get the Queen of Cups in reverse, and that's a manipulative energy. The Queen of Cups is about your emotions. It's feminine energy. It's loving, supportive, empathetic when it's upright. When it's in reverse, and excuse the the wrap that I'm wearing, pashmina thing. It's very cold, and so I had to quickly wrap myself up to do this reading. It's the Queen of Cups in reverse. She's manipulative. She's the one who'll sidle up to you and stroke you and pat you and tell you that you're fantastic and you're big strong man, that kind of energy. But she's manipulative. Interesting that somebody who needed money, who didn't feel that they had all they wanted in the world, could be a little bit manipulative. Let's see, did they or didn't they? Did they or didn't they? We get the 8 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Wands is movement forward, is unblocking, is news, communication, messages, progress. In the reverse, it's something that is blocked, something that is stopped from being spread around. It tells me, and this is just my opinion, really is just my opinion, that they probably did, and it was hushed up. It was stopped. The news was stopped from getting out. Didn't want it to spread around. Cleaned up. I've got this card as well a few times recently. The idea that the internet was scrubbed of stories that didn't reflect well on Meghan Markle and her past, her rather toxic past, in my opinion, and according to various other people. It's not an entirely clear answer. It is an answer that says, if it happened, the news of it was suppressed. That's the answer that we've got there. So why is this story having a kind of a second wind? Why is it going round and around now? And we get the 5 of Pentacles, and this is so interesting to me. The card is in the reverse. I said at the beginning of this reading that Matt Lauer is trying to come back in from the cold, and the 5 of Pentacles upright is somebody who's exiled, kicked out, impoverished, rejected. In the reverse, which this card is, somebody trying to come back in from the cold. He is allegedly, in my opinion, speculating, trying to ingratiate himself, he's got a story. Neil Sean did a report yesterday, saying that he's trying to get Pippa Middleton, or whatever her name, Matthews is her married name, back onto his new podcast. She, of course, had that brief stint in the US trying to be a celebrity. Didn't work out. She found her billionaire and is now the mother of 3 children. I can't imagine for 1 second she will be tempted by anything that Matt Lauer has to offer her now. But he is trying to come back in. He's making his moves. And so this story is getting airtime because he needs it to. This is his way back in. Very clear from that 5 of Pentacles. This answer not so clear, but this story, he is the one that's spreading the story around, stirring it again, circulating it again. It's basically putting it back in circulation. It's turning it upright, this 8 of Wands. It's sending it out there and spreading it around because he wants back in. So how does Meghan Markle feel about the fact that this is now news again? How does she feel? This is terrible, terrible, terrible. 5 of Swords is it's a defeat card. It's a hollow victory for somebody else. It's conflict. It's mental conflict. It's somebody's gain is somebody else's loss. I've got that turned around the wrong way. Mercury retrograde in my natal chart. Always things come out the wrong way when I speak. When I write, they come out perfectly fine. And anyway, you know that from listening to me. 5 of Swords, though, is a difficult card. This is not a happy moment for her, not at all. She really feels defeated. She feels bruised by this poisonous. The swords are communications, and this rumor that's going around, the fact that this has been stirred up again, not enjoying it. It's very difficult for her, and she feels like he is scoring points off her, and what goes around comes around. Karma, one could say. And how does Harry feel about this? How does he feel about this? Hearing about dear wife's antics. Queen of Swords. I think it's how he sees her at the moment. Queen of Swords. That she is harsh. She is invincible. She is ruthless. It's in the upright, so he's not shocked and horrified by it at all. And I think she's probably been quite frank with him about her past and about who she is and what she's done. So it's not like, oh no, I thought she was this dear, sweet, innocent flower. And look what people are saying about her. Not at all. I think he thinks that she is cold, really ruthless, vicious. Dinner is being cooked, and it's a rather tasty dinner if you're a husky or any other form of dog. So lots of shouting, as you may have heard in the background, anxious to share dinner with us. I'm being told to come. It's time to eat. Queen of Swords. I think that it is his view of his wife as being somebody who's very cold, very ruthless, merciless and relentless in her striving to gain what she wanted to gain out of life, and would do anything, and would have no scruples, and would have no it wouldn't affect her in any way. We've seen the Queen of Cups here in reverse as the emotionally manipulative energy. We get that sometimes with her. She can be quite emotional, and she probably is quite emotional right now because it's sitting with the Five of Swords in this reading, which is the defeat, the bitter defeat card. So she's probably very upset. She's probably crying and all the rest of it at the moment. How dare they? And sob. But really, Harry sees her in a very different light. He's learned that this is not the truth. This is the truth of her, actually. Cold inside, cold, ruthless, doesn't care. Very focused. You can see how she focused this woman is in this depiction of the Queen of Swords. Eyes closed. She's almost meditating. She's clutching that sword, which is her truth, what she wants. She will cut anyone. She will do anything. But she's focused. She's very, very focused on making stuff happen. And he sees it. As I say, he's not horrified. He's not horrified at all. He's witnessing this. He's witnessing it. He knows it now. He knows it intimately. And in fact, the Queen of Swords is unknowable. That is the thing about her, really, that heart is so closed off, that her mind is so shrewd, so focused, so barricaded that you cannot know the Queen of Swords and what she has been through and who she has become as a result of what she has been through. That's your reading. Thank you for watching. Apologies about all the barking and the rest of it, but that's life, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.